It's the episode you've been waiting for. The season finale of Westbridge Farms. You've seen Arthur take this ragtag farm and turn it into a successful money system. You've seen the advent of biofuel, and you've seen all kinds of things, but you haven't seen this. Yes, folks, today we are concluding Season 1. I think we're pretty much done with the walkthrough on Westbridge Farms. We have played on easy, and it's made it very easy to make money and to buy all kinds of equipment. Here you can see I did buy the potato stuff, and I've planted potatoes, and also over on this field that I purchased. I don't know if you guys even knew I did this because I've had a couple days of playing. I had this corn that I planted too. So we've added the ability and how I did that is I want the little guy. I don't want this one. Well, I purchased some equipment. Back here I purchased, you can see here, the potato harvester. And then I also purchased, so I'm going to go all willy-nilly. I spent all this money. Here is the, that's the corn attachment for the harvester. And of course there's the regular attachment. Over here we have, once again the potato harvester. There is the potato planter. It's filled with potatoes. That's how the potatoes are actually the seeds to plant, so pretty cool. Stepping over here, we have the corn planter. That is the seeder that you use. That's the biggest one you can get to plant corn. And next to it, of course, is the this guy. This is our silage tank and our cultivator. I think you guys have seen all that stuff. But there's a couple new things that you haven't seen, and they're from mods, and I'm going to take you over those too. Last but not least, here's the regular seeder that I'm going to use for planting all the other things that I want to plant. So I have everything, I think, except for radishes. The radish is the only thing I don't have. Oh yeah, and the plow. Because in order to get this field up to snuff, I had to plow. Like, I wanted this field was grass, but I wanted to plant potatoes, so I had to go back and re-plow this field and make it able to take the potatoes. Because once you plant grass, you can't plant anything else until you plow. So I did end up plowing and making and in order to do that, guys, if you're getting this game or you're trying to learn how to play, you have to enable create fields when you're going to plow under grass. So if you have the create fields turned off, you won't be able to do it. All right, so let's go ahead and jump down and take a look at our first mod. All right, so we have got this monster mower / collector. This unit is a godsend to this game. Now, it has a couple bugs. It is a download. It is a mod. So it is not included in the game anywhere. You have to download it and install it. And in fact, maybe we'll even go over that. I have a whole bunch of things planned for this portion of my channel. Because this game has so much to offer and there's so many different things that you can do. But this is the Big L500. Unfortunately, you have to deal with a lot of crappy websites to get this stuff. Not that the websites themselves are bad, but in order to download the files, look, I've got no problem with advertising on your website. I've got no problem with showing advertisements when you're going to get something for free. But I do have a problem when the website pops things up on my computer and doesn't cause a virus necessarily, but just makes it almost impossible to download the file. To me, that's bogus, and it's gross, and it's completely inappropriate. Well, at least it wasn't porn. But when you're downloading these mods, you have to go through hell in a handbasket is the nicest way I can put it. It's a nightmare. There's so many pop-ups that come up when you're downloading. Anyway, so that's my beef, and that's true of all of these mods that I'm going to show you. Unfortunately, I spent more time trying to get around the websites that kept popping up than actually downloading the files. And so I guess in a way it's good because it's limited the amount of mods that I'm willing to try. This is the latest version of this mod. The first versions are pretty buggy. They're missing windows. It goes too fast. There's still some things that need to be ironed out with this unit. The biggest of which is it just collects too much. So let's say if I run down, for example, let's say I mow this section of field here. If I did it with the regular mower and the collection trailer, I might collect 20,000 units, 20,000 kilos of grass. Okay? If I collect it with this, that same mowing area, I'm going to collect 60,000 kilos of grass. And then let's multiply that or put that into our silage biofuel system. I am now able to mow somebody's front lawn and make $1 million off the silage. That's not realistic. It's overpowered. So this thing collects too much grass. It's literally 3 times more than the standard collection trailer. My second problem with this device, okay? Here's what we're going to do. If I were to buy the smallest of everything, okay? Actually, no, let's do this, because honestly, to get the same amount of yield, you would have to buy this tractor. I know. Oops, I didn't mean to double click it. You'd have to buy this 300 horsepower tractor because you're going to pull the biggest collection trailer behind you to get the same collection capacity. And you'd have to buy a windrower, and you'd have to buy all 3 mowers to make the swath. So, and the time that it would take to mow the field, as you've seen me do, and then windrow the field, as you've seen me do, and then use the collection tray as you've seen me do, it could take almost an hour to do a single field or two fields that are next to each other. Okay, so you're looking at $254,000 plus the mowing equipment, which is another $100,000, so $354,000, plus the collection trailer, which is another almost $100,000. It's $88,000. So let's say $400,000 or $450,000, $440, somewhere around there, right? So you're at $440,000 just to do that, plus the windrower. That's right, $75,000. So you're now around $520,000. That's just how much I've spent on that equipment to be able to mow, windrow, and collect. Okay, this thing does it all. Now it does it slowly. But if we go into our main folder here and I go into the mods, I go into the mowers, here's the Krone. Look at the price on that. Now, it's expensive maintenance daily, but this frickin' thing is only $158,000. It is literally a quarter of what it would cost you to do the same thing with the other equipment in the game. I think, and that's euros, that's not dollars. I don't know why. Seth, you know what? Seth messed things up here. He went into euros, but it doesn't matter. The numbers are the same regardless. Am I playing on his account? Maybe I'm logged in as Seth. He must not have changed his settings, but whatever. Yeah. So it's 150. It's the same in dollars. It's $158,500 for, once again, this. This is far and above. Now, it's a simple machine, pretty much, but this is far bigger in materials than any tractor at the same price. I mean, I think that this unit needs to be minimum $280,000. It needs to be probably realistically around the $300,000 mark. And you're going to make that back very quickly with the biofuel on easy. Now, if you get into the harder modes of the game, well, then that's not necessarily true. But you're going to make a ton of money with this unit. There's no reason why this should be $158,000. That is way too low. This thing needs to be at least double that. And, maybe other people disagree with me on that, but I think that this is just way overpriced. So let's go ahead and take it out for a run. The other minor bug is handling. He took care of it like this, but it's a little slippery on its handling. It kind of watching Ryan drive it around, I was laughing because I was on the other side of the field and I just see this thing like in a distance swaying back and forth as he's like, "Whoa, it's fast!" One thing they've done to kind of curb it from being too overpowered, but I still think it's way overpowered, is that they've reduced the operating speed. So we're gonna get over here and we're gonna do some mowing. The maximum speed you can travel is 6 miles per hour while you're cutting. Now, real mowers, yeah, that's about what you're going to be traveling at. You're not going to be mowing at 15 miles an hour. The other bug is that this thing is really loud. So here we go. I'm putting on cruise control, and I'm starting to mow. You're going to see, just going down this little path here and back, I'm going to fill this trailer up almost 40%. In fact, I'm not going to record the whole thing, but I'm just going to let you know I did it before, and it 40% full. So you don't even really have to own a field anymore to get the kind of yield you need to make money doing biofuel. So anyway, I think this mod is great. Like I said, it is a little buggy. Unfortunately, you have to go through those crappy sites to get it, but in the long run, this is going to make you a lot of money. I wish they would fix the issues, and they may, because it's only on version 1.9. The guy seems like he's still working on it. It gets updated all the time. So, but it's a great unit, and I think that this is definitely worth looking at and downloading and putting into the game and buying it for your farm, because it's a big help. It's much neater. It doesn't leave the trails that the other mowers leave. So anyway, we spent a lot of time on this. I'd like to move on to some of the other stuff that I've downloaded, so let's hop out and move on. The next thing that I downloaded, and this is the other big one that I downloaded, is this agricultural version of the MAN truck. I'm not super familiar. I think it's pronounced MAN, but it might be Hman or something like that. Who knows? I'm not European. We don't really have these here from what I've seen. I've never seen one on the road. But they're European agricultural trucks. Well, they're road trucks, but in this case, and I've seen the Tamiya models. Obviously, I like the RC trucks, and Tamiya makes a couple of these. Actually, the cheapest one they have is a MAN brand truck. So you can see here some of the changes that they've made. They've added the beacons. This truck, just like the in-game one, is 440 horsepower. They've added agricultural wheels. What does that mean? It means that you can go off-road, or, well, not really off-road, but you can get onto the fields with this truck. So instead of having to use up a tractor collecting from your harvester, you can now use this truck instead. And I think that that's really cool. This is a big plus or addition to the game. I think that this was kind of needed, and I'm excited about it. I'm glad somebody modded it. Now, the pack that you get comes with 4 different trucks. It comes with this one, then it comes with the same one. This is a 2-axle. You've got the front and back wheel. They've also got a 3-axle truck that you can get, and I'll show you one of those. This one's the cheapest one. It does not have a rhubar. So see on the front there's no rhubar. The second one up has a bull bar or a rhubar or whatever you call them. And then we'll take a look at the orange one. The orange one is the top model that you can get. I skipped right past it. There we go. This orange truck, as you can see, is a 6x6. This one has big wheels. The one that's priced down from it does not have as aggressive wheels. It is also a 6-wheel truck, and it's got the agricultural tires that were on the other one that we just saw. Now this one does have the bull bar. Both of the higher priced ones have the bull bar. Let's go in the store and take a look. Okay, so here's the specs on this guy. Oh wait, no, this is the one that you can get in game. $285,000. $420 a day maintenance, and it's 440 horsepower. Let's go back to our mods. Same thing. Look at the prices. Much more manageable for your farm. You've got 2 that are at $128,000. I think this one's 6x6 and this one's not. I think it's the only difference between the two. I don't know why the prices are the same. Maybe that's a bug. Maybe he'll fix that later. I don't know. Then you also have this one with the rhubar and the heavier tires. I believe this one has the off-road agricultural tires. Yeah, you can see there the difference. This one has like heavy-duty road tires that could go off-road, and this one has the actual like full off-road tires. So that's the difference between this guy and this guy. Actually, I would say this one probably would be better at hauling that trailer onto the dirt because it's really meant to go off-road. Same with these two. They're 6x6 enabled, it looks like. So I don't know what leaked means, but I'm thinking it means light. So light agricultural maybe. Schwar, I don't know what that means. Maybe heavy. We'll just make it up. This is more off-road capable because of the tires. Anyway, yeah, so that's a great mod. That's a great mod. And then the next one is under the wheel loaders. It's this giant lizard bucket. However, I don't use this because I was using the wheel loader as you saw in some of my other episodes, but that wheel loader is really buggy, and the stupid shovel is always getting crooked, and then you have to reset it or save your game and come back in again. So I've just gone back to using the telehandler. And so you can see the telehandler with the 44 capacity bucket. No, I'm doing exactly what they say don't do there. And then I bought a second telehandler because this is going to bring us to what's happening next season. I did buy Seth and Evelyn, my daughter and son, a copy for Christmas. It's a little early, but they really wanted to. Every time Seth came in the room when I was playing, he's like, I want to play. So we can now play together. We're going to be doing some multiplayer fun with this and farming together. So for next season, we're going to start pretty much all multiplayer games. And I may even have some of my other friends come in. It depends. But then we have, we're also going to be doing, and this is going into next season. So we're going to be leaving Westbridge Farms. I know this has been fun. And we'll definitely check in here and see how things are going. But I think we've seen the farm grow to a point where it's sustainable and it's doing well on its own. And we definitely we've expanded to the point where I can afford anything that I need. And I can grow anything that I want. And so really, it's kind of boring at this point because now not that it was super exciting to begin with, but we've reached what our goal was, and I can pretty much buy anything I want. So we are going to use Westbridge, and we're also going to use Sven's farm in Bjornholm to test equipment. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing next season is I'm going to be doing reviews on equipment. We're going to try each type of tractor out and see what it can do, look at its different capabilities. Like, some of these guys have front-end loaders, some of them don't. And are they capable of being used for that? We're also going to take a look at all the different equipment, how the logging equipment fares. I did a little bit of a logging thing about how I like to do logging, but we're going to get all of the equipment and test it all out and show you how it works, how it doesn't work, and just kind of go through the things in the game, what works with what. And so I think that's going to be like a tutorial section that we're going to do. And then last but not least, the game that you're going to watch, we're going to call it Grapes of Wrath, tongue-in-cheek. We're going to play the multiplayer the next season. It's going to be the farm that we're going to be visiting in Bjornholm, or starting in Bjornholm, is going to be done on the hard level. So it means that we're going to have to probably do everything manually. We're not going to be able to take out as much loans because we're already going to be tapped out. And of course, the harvest yield far less money. In fact, I've been playing a little bit on hard just to kind of get the feeling for it. And it is really hard. It's very difficult to play on hard. So I just wanted you guys to know what's coming up here. I'm also going to be, once again, my World of Tanks break. I'm watching as I don't do World of Tanks, and my subscribers are dropping off like flies. So I really do need to continue to do that to keep the channel alive. And I think I'm good now. I've had a 2-week break from World of Tanks, and I'm feeling a little better about it. I did play a little bit today and had a good day playing, and so I think I'm going to get back in and start doing reviews there too. So if you've been watching these videos and going, oh my god, when's he going to go back to World of Tanks? Oh my goodness, I'm going back. I am going back. So thank you for being patient with me on that, but I just needed a little bit of a break, and I'm ready to come back and fight in World of Tanks. But I'm also going to continue doing this, probably at a little more leisurely pace now that we've gotten the whole first season done. So anyway, have a great night, you guys. I'm glad you guys have been enjoying these videos, and I've definitely picked up several subscribers who watch this, and as the weeks go by, hopefully we'll pick up more. But that's not why I'm doing it. Honestly, I do it because I like to do it, and I like to make videos, and I think it's fun. So even if I don't get a ton of subscribers from this, these series will continue. So those of you who are enjoying it, please continue to enjoy it. You can live vicariously through me if you have a computer that won't run it. All right, guys, have a great afternoon. Like I said before, please be sure to subscribe, and I will be talking to you at the beginning of Season 2 in a week or two. Bye.